Our top story this hour is coming from Goa following a public outcry. 6 MLAs and ministers from the Goa government will not use public money to travel to Brazil for a study tour of the World Cup. While the MLAs and ministers are saying they will travel at their own expense, sources are telling CNN IBN that 2 prominent business houses are going to be funding this visit. The BJP government in Goa was reportedly spending some 89 lakh rupees on the junket. The Goa Congress is saying that they want documentary evidence of ministers funding their own junket, otherwise they will not believe it.
What has happened? We were in limelight when we are spending the exchequer's money. So, but now we have decided, we all sat together and we decided like we will go at our own cost without spending any money for the exchequer.
So, but still this decision is coming after that furor, after protest by the opposition asking for the Prime Minister's intervention. Don't you think it's embarrassment for all of you, especially for the Chief Minister?
Nothing like that. We have decided, we have come to a conclusion that we should go at our own cost
But
to avoid any criticism.
So with all due respects, this decision could have been taken before, but that's not the way you all chose. You all started with the exchequer's money of 89 lakh rupees that would be spent on this junket. Only when there were protests and furor did you all climb down. So isn't that embarrassment?
It's never too late for anything, no? We can always decide and plan for our own selves. So we decided not to go.
It might be too much to expect, sir, but are you saying that this was a wrong decision that shouldn't have been taken?
I don't say it's a wrong decision, but we have taken a decision final, like, no, that we'll go at our own cost.
Sir, but if the initial decision wasn't wrong, why change it now?
That's what I'm telling you, it's never too late to change anything, no?
What prompted this, sir, then what prompted this turnaround?
Hello, I can't hear you, madam, with your voice. I'm traveling, I can't hear you.
Right, sir, I'm asking what prompted this turnaround. Initially, you all took a decision and now you all are saying that you're going to pay for this trip yourselves. What prompted this turnaround?
I really can't hear you. Your voice is cracking. I'm traveling on my way to Panjam.
We have earlier seen, we have criticized the kind of junkets given by other governments. Now, here the Goa government is giving them. What's your reaction?
They're not going in for a junket, but basically going to see how they organize the games, because they're going to hold the Under-17 Football World Cup in Goa. And Goa is also the state game, declared as a state game of Goa. So in that situation, I think making a mountain out of a molehill won't be correct. Secondly, I've come to know just now that these MLAs are going to pay on their own for the trip after all the hue and cry that has been made, which I think has no substance.
The BJP is saying that the ministers are going to be paying for their own trip, but the Congress now says, show us the evidence. It's only then we'll believe that you're actually paying for your own trip. This is Congress Chief Spokesperson of Goa, Durga Das Kamath, speaking to my colleague Pallavi Basu a short while ago.
Past 2 years, there have been frequent U-turns by the Chief Minister and his government. Okay, so we don't have trust in this government until and unless they come public on this and they make a documentary evidence on this issue, saying that the MLAs are going on their own. Let them come with the documentary evidence. Until and unless we won't believe enough of U-turns last 2 years, and we have known this Chief Minister, we have understood this Chief Minister past 2 years. So we don't believe until and unless anything comes in black and white, and that it should be made public that the MLAs will be going on their own money. And I request the Honorable Prime Minister, who is on a Goa's visit tomorrow, to intervene in this matter and kindly come tell his Chief Minister to come out clean on this, because this is not a matter of 1 or 2 lakhs, this is a matter of 89 lakhs. And Goa Chief Minister has been advocating about the austerity from one side.
See, they have got no other option but to save face. Still, you can't believe them that they will go on their own. The Chief Minister is so intelligent enough that he will subvent some law to see that government pays money in some way or the other. And I can tell you this they have done before and they will do it again. If they pay on their own, we have no problem. But I don't trust them. They will do something and make somebody pay. Somebody will pay their fees, pay their fare. They have done it previously and they will do it again. I want the Chief Minister to make a statement that they should, I'm not sending anybody. And I believe that the laws of the country, that public money should not be wasted on this jaunt, should be stopped. And henceforth I will send nobody.
All right, so the big question still remains, who is funding this junket for the 6 Goa ministers? Are they going to be spending 89 lakhs from their own pocket? Are they going to make the situation absolutely worse by asking two prominent business houses to sponsor them. That's what our sources are telling us. Our sources are telling us, though publicly the Goa government and its ministers are going on record to say that this 89 lakh rupee junket will now be funded by the minister's own pockets. What our sources there on the ground seem to be suggesting is, and what the Congress perhaps also is suggesting it, is that two business houses with close links to football and football clubs in Goa could actually be paying for this trip. Let's go across to Priyali Sur, who's joining us with more details. Priyali, if there is anything worse than the taxpayers' money funding a junket for netas, it is business houses paying for it. What are your sources telling you? Can they confirm to us that it indeed is two business houses that will be buying tickets for these netas, that will be spending for the travel, for their hotels, etc.?
At this point of time, it's very preliminary information, yes, but what our sources are saying that this sudden change of mind that the state government is going through, that now they are not going to be spending the state government's money and the public fund in funding their this so-called study tour to Brazil to understand the organization and managerial skills of holding a world-scale event. But now they're going to be spending their own money. In fact, the fisheries minister has also come out with a press release. So really, why this change of heart, this change of decision overnight? And is it really possible? If they really wanted to spend their own money, they could have done this earlier. So what our sources are now saying is that the funding is ideally going to be by two big business houses in Goa, like you said, which are closely related to football. We are still waiting to find out more information, and yes, we'll keep you updated.
Also, at this point, perhaps not even correct to name them till we try and confirm that news with you. But you've been in touch with the Congress as well, and they are drumming this up into a huge controversy as well, saying if all these ministers are actually paying for their own trip, show us the proof. Is that something that the BJP is going to do?
Not just the opposition, Shreya, but even the local people here and these members who wanted to be part of the delegation, like the two Arjuna awardees who wanted to be part of the delegation, Mr. Brahmanan Shavalkar. In fact, I spoke to him earlier in the morning, and he said that ideally a study tour at the time when the World Cup is being held in Brazil is absolutely senseless, because really who's going to be taking these people around? Who's going to be giving them the so-called lessons on managing this event? It is all going to be all about entertainment and enjoying the whole grand football scene.
Sure.
So really, the question of having a study tour at this point of time is what people are asking.
So if you had to go, you should have gone earlier when the preparations were on, not now when the event and the so-called party has begun. Priyali, my last question to you. You've been in Goa for some time now. How's the state responding to this controversy? Are they seeing it as a controversy?
You know, sir, like a lot of people say that Goa is the football capital of India. Everywhere you go, on the beach, everywhere, there are football enthusiasts playing. In fact, I also tried to speak to a few national level players today. On record, they don't want to comment on anything, but off the record, they are saying that clearly what India needs at this point of time is more focus on the infrastructure and youth development program to really bring forward football in India. And junkets like this or study tours like this are really not going to be of much help. Where the money really needs to be spent on is grassroots level, in connecting the grassroots level players to the mainstream football.
Well, it's a junket that has attracted a lot of flack for the BJP government there. Priyali Sur, we leave it there for the moment. We'll let you go and get some more details on that developing story.